You everyone. So I took that blue Unity lock and I decided to beef it up. So I took I made all the key pins serrated with this. You can buy an American serrated key pin kit, and I got one of those. And every one that was serrated, I replaced except for number 6. He's pretty small. Number 6 driver was a standard, so I went ahead and put a serrated key pin upside down on that. I left the spool the same. I left this guy's standard. Number 3 I tried to make a serrated T-pin out of. I reduced him a little bit. And the same thing with number 1. Number 2 I left standard. The problem with these pins is getting them into, I have to use this clomb basically to hold the pins. It doesn't spin real fast, and the pins tend to fly out. On the Bible, I could have tried to tap these guys out, drill them and tap them out, but I'm just going to leave the Bible the same. Oh, actually, I can go this way. I'm going to go this way and thread a couple few. I like this way better because you're not threading. You can thread down to just the end, which is where you really want, and you can leave the rest of it smooth for the springs. So I'm going to serrate the ones that would be engaged. Leave the standard one non-threaded, but I'm going to thread the rest of these. And what I'm basically going to do is I've made a difficult lock even more difficult now. Like I said, I sat here and threaded each one of the chambers in the core except for the one that has a standard driver, number 4. I'm going to leave him smooth, but he has a serration down there on his key pin. The springs were a little bit weak, so I stretched them out a little bit. Not too much, but it should give them a little bit more power. And that's basically it. If you've got some crappy bitting and you wanted to make it more difficult, you could actually cut this guy down further and put your longest key pin in there. You can file that one down. But this bitting is alright. It was giving me enough problems, like I said, with just being set up standard. So that's basically how you can beef up a lock a little bit. It's not so much to make it more pick resistant for people trying to pick on it. It's just to give me a little bit more feedback when I'm picking this lock. More clicks to throw me off. The spools are already pretty good. And I'll try to Bogota again and see if maybe the serrations, didn't stop it, or the stuff that I did wasn't good enough to stop a Bogota. But mainly I just wanted to get more feedback, and eventually I'll single pin pick this. So sorry about the handheld shakiness, but this is about the best way I can zoom in on these pins. So there you go. That's how to beef up a lock. Later on I'll try to pick it and put it on video, but it may take a while because it took me a little while just with standard. I mean, the way it was set up before I was beefing it up. So there you go. Everybody's having a good time and enjoying themselves, and I'm enjoying myself. So here's that Unity lock all put back together. I really like the color and the finish on these things. It works perfectly. I went ahead and threaded the Bible on every chamber except for pin 4, which has the standard in it. And I was messing around with this lock when the cylinder when I pulled it out, and I can get it to go counterclockwise. You can't get it to go counterclockwise in a lock, not just because of this limiter here, but I think that little post in the back, the part of the actuator, keeps it from going counterclockwise because it might be this limiter here also that's doing it. But anyway, now it's all beefed up, and my next job will be to try to single pin pick it. First I'm going to try to Bogota it open and see if that works, and then I'm going to try to single pin pick it. But not right now. This is just update to the reassembly of the lock, and I'll do a separate little picking one.